Hi and welcome to ASIT's labs. Today we're discussing a successful assembly and disassembly of a desktop. So we have a lot of types of desktop, especially with Dell. They have 4 types or 4 levels or 4 sizes. They call it form factor. So the biggest one is tower, and then there is mini tower, there is small form factor or SFF, and there is SSFF, which means super small form factor, or they call it sometimes ultra small form factor. So this specific one is the 3rd size. So the 3rd size meaning small form factor, and this could be either Dell Optiplex 755 or 745. They're about the same, not too much difference. So we're starting with the first thing, and that is holding this latch, pulling it. So pulling this latch, as you pull it, the case will come out. The case cover will come out. So we're just putting it away. And I'm going to use the case. As you see, I'm just going to touch it once. By touching it, I'm releasing ESD, electrostatic discharge. So once I release that, now I can put my hands inside, no problem. The next step is to pull this latch up right here. While you're pulling it, you take it out. But before you do, all the drives, which is these 2 to be exact, hard drive and optical drive. Optical drive includes CD drive, DVD drive, Blu-ray drive. So they all have 2 cables, 1 cable with only 1 color. It could be any color. That's called data cable. And the other cable with multiple colors and multiple cables, it's the power. And it is coming from the power supply or PSU. So that's the first thing you need to do. So you need to just pull it, and you need to pull this one. Once all the cables are opened on the optical drive, then you pull this latch up and you pull it back. Once you pull it back, you can easily take it out. So this is the optical drive or optical disc. Actually, the disc is inside. Next thing we need to take out is the same thing, the cables again. So take out this cable. It actually came out from the motherboard. So one side is supposed to stay in the motherboard. We're going to put it back later on. And then take out this one. Okay. Now there is this latch again with the 2 arrows facing each other. You just pull it together and pull it up. Remember where you take out. Remember where you take out. So once you take out, don't pull it right away, because some hard drives, they may come with fan. So this fan has a cable, and that cable right here, it has a little clip. Just pull it together and pull it up. And this is called hard disk drive. This is called hard disk drive. This is pretty much the stomach of the computer. This is where all the data goes in. Now this cable, I'm putting back where it was. It's actually tight, so we're going to put it back later on. We're going to remember that. Next thing I wanted to do is remove the RAM or memory. These are called RAM or memory sticks. RAM, random access memory. You just push this down and push it down on the other side of it, and simply pull it from the middle. One more time. Push it down and push it down on this side also, and pull it from the middle. So every few minutes, it's highly recommended to touch a metal other than the metal you are sitting on or touching. That will release ESD, electrostatic discharge. In some cases, they have watches, wrist watches, and those are like wrist strap or ESD watch. You just wear it like a watch, and on the other end it has a cable. You hold it together on this, and that will release ESD. Next thing we're going to do is we need the screwdriver, Phillips to be exact. Before we do that, there is two cables that come from the power supply unit, which is this one, PSU, power supply unit. One of them is right here. This is for to power the CPU. Right here, it's 12 volts. So you hold the latch together, okay? You hold it together and you pull it up. So this is the small one. It goes in here. There is a concept of the computer of male and female. There's also a concept of colors. You match same colors together. The other one is the big one. It's right here. It's right here. You hold it and you pull it at the same time, up, down, until it comes out. This is the big one that comes from the power supply. It gives power to the motherboard. Motherboard is this big green thing that looks like the carpet. The biggest device you see, the green one right here, that's called the motherboard. So the PSU, power supply unit, will give power to the motherboard, or MOBO in short. It's also called system board, main board. Once you take out, both cables are out now. Next thing you need to do is on the back of the computer, you have either 3 screws or 4 screws. And you can see it clearly here. One is here, another one is here, another one is here. Another thing is, right here is, maybe you might not be able to see it, it says 115 volts. If you go to other countries that have higher volts, you just switch it and it becomes 230 volts. So you have a different type of power. So what I'm going to do is just lefty loosey, right tighty. So I'm going to loose it, open it, one screw. Make sure you write down, make sure you have a white sheet of paper and a pen, and you write down every step and everything you do. We will also give you a guideline, a sheet that has a step by step. To be successful with this, we have step number 1 until step number 14. Some of the steps, they even have A and B, or even C. If you follow these steps from 1 to 14, you can disassemble it. And later on, to assemble it back, to put everything back together, you're going to come backwards, 14, 13, 11, 12, 11, and so on until you get to 1. That means everything is done. So now that we opened, actually we just opened one. So let's open one more. And another one. So you can see 3 screws, and this is the power supply unit now. You just pull it very simply. There you go. That's the power supply unit right here. So as you can see, everything is there. Now things are getting more simple and more easy. Now the next thing I want to remove is the cooling system. This is called the cooling system, and to be exact, this is called the heat sink. So there are a couple of screws here. One of them is here. Same thing, left loosey, right tighty. Open it. Also open this one. Right? That's it. Then push it down like that and then pull it up. That's the heat sink. That's how it looks like. Remember the way you took it out. Just remember these right here go in here. Remember where they are. Now there's another thing. This is the cooling system holder. You also make them loose because we're taking everything out. So that's the holder. Just put next to it so they're together. Next thing we need to do is remove the CPU. So push down this latch right here, down, to my right, up and down. Then pull this down, and here is the CPU. Beautiful, nice and beautiful. And some of the CPUs are real gold, 14K gold. Now you can just, this is called the CPU socket. This is like the parking lot for the CPU. So far we've done that. Next thing we're going to take out is the CMOS battery. It's also called coin battery. So you just push this down and it will come out, and it looks just like a coin. It is 3 volts. This lasts 3 years to 10 years. How do you know this is bad or it's time to replace? Your date and time will be wrong. Even if you change it, it will change, but when you restart your computer, it will go back to an old time and date. So things are getting easier and better. Next thing is the fan. So right here, the fan, right here in the corner, there's 2 plastic things. The one next to the wall, you pull it from there and it comes out. But on this side, I'm gonna do it this way. You have 2 more places where it's holding. So it's hard to see, but there is 2 plastic right here and right here. Okay? So I'm just gonna do it this way and do it this way and push it down at the same time. So you need a thin one, by the way, thin one that will do better job. Yep. Now it came out, but is that enough? No, there is wires, so don't pull it. See, there is wires. So right here, there's 1 wire. It's actually black at the end and another one white at the end. So make sure you hold the clip together, just like the hard disk drive wire, a hard disk drive fan wire. Same way we took it out, same size also. Now it has another one. You also take it out. Now, this is the system fan that's cooling down the system. We take it out too. So now things, as you can see, are getting less and less. Now it's time for the motherboard. Motherboard has at least 4 screws on the 4 corners, at least. It may have more. So we're going to take it out one by one. By the way, keep it together. Whatever you take out motherboard, and write down motherboard. And it's recommended for you to put a tape like that on the paper where you put it so it doesn't fall, and you write mobile or motherboard. See, even if you do like this, it's not gonna fall down. This is to organize and to remember where you took each screw. It's even recommended for you to draw the motherboard like that, and each screw where you take it out, tape it there. So that's even better, like that. So just like that. So I'm just giving you guidance. This time we're not going to do it, but that's the proper way to do it as a beginner. Once you become a master, you don't have to use paper or tape or documentation or notes. You won't need all of that. Okay, I'm gonna try to take it out. If it's too tough, don't pressure it. By the way, there's still something here. There's a cable. This cable connects to the motherboard on this end. So if you pull this one, the yellow one, it comes out. And on the other end, it connects to the front connectors. Front connectors has the USB and the sound ports. USB and the sound ports. So that's where it connects on this end, and on this end it connects to the motherboard. So we're going to take out the motherboard now. So if you want, you can take out the front panel. You don't have to. So slowly just take it out. And there you go. The whole motherboard is out. The whole motherboard is out. So now we're left with a case. We can have fun now. Drama, right? Good. So everything is out. There is this cable. Okay, this cable connects right here. This cable connects right here on one end, and on one end connects to the motherboard. This one I already showed you, and this is the front panel. You can also take it out if you want, but not required because it's not blocking anything. The color code I was talking about earlier are these color codes right here. As you can see, each one has to match something. Even the cables, when you buy, they will match those colors. So, and that ends our disassembly. Thank you so much, and hope to see you next sessions.